How's it going, everybody? Dara Burns here of St.Patrick's Athletic. Subscribe to Irish Footy Vlogs for the best League One content around.
First game up, Bohemians take on Waterford at Dalymount Park, and Bows last won the cup in 2008. That was their last final. Sean, do you know when Waterford last won the cup?
1980, and they beat St. Pat's. And,
Is that an omen?
I think the sentiment club is that we take Pat in the final over Dundalk, so I think it could be an omen.
We'll see. Yeah, I was checking that earlier as well, and I noticed they'd beat Pats in the final as well. But we'll get on to that one later as well. But yeah, it's a massive game. It's a massive occasion as well. Obviously, Waterford are going to have a lot of fans, Sean, at the game. Sure, you're going yourself, Bowes as well. So it's open to everybody as such now. And I know there's a fair bit of pyro travelling from Waterford as well. So that's always a bit of crack as well. Just unfortunate, I have to say that both games are on the two nights or the same night, because I think they deserve their own night or their own day or whatever. But it is what it is. How confident are you going into this game, Sean, from Waterford point of view? And what do they have to do to win the game?
Well, obviously, after Friday night, confidence is sky high. Nobody's worried going into this game. It's important not to get too carried away. I think Bows and especially at home in cup semi-finals, they'll want to win something, So it's not going to be an easy game. And there's always, the doubt in the back of your mind that something might go wrong, and you could start off on the wrong foot. But I think with the atmosphere around the team now and everything that's been going on over the past few months since Richie Park took over, optimism is sky high, and we're not scared of anybody going into the semi-final. So it's gonna be a great occasion, whatever happens. As far as winning the game goes, I think if we play like we played against Harps on Friday, we should have a very good chance. I think we're best going down the wings with Junior and Phoenix on the wings. They offer such a brilliant attacking threat. We will have Prince back for Friday as well. He does a lot. He doesn't score, but he does so much work up front, and I think he links up really well with the two boys, because he holds up. He does the hold up play. He's much stronger as a tree, so it'd be great to have him back. I think Bows are going to offer a very stern challenge. The fullbacks they have with Andy Lyons and Tyree Wilson doesn't start for them, but we know how good he is down here. So it'll be a very exciting game anyway.
Yeah, Dara Power's back as well from suspension as well, so he's a key player as well. Keane, from Bowles' point of view, their form has been up and down all season, to be fair. Waterford are in better form. This is a cup semi-final, though. It's at Dalymount Park. How do you see it from Bohemians' point of view?
Yeah, look, not ideal preparation playing Rovers on Monday night. Coming into it, and it's such a massive game for them. There's no, same as Waterford, really, but, both... Every game this season is going to mean something now to Bowes and Waterford. But Bowes had that little bit of a distraction on Monday night when Waterford didn't play. So, it's going to be a tough one to call. Bowes, I think the draw with Rovers done Bowes more good coming into this game. I think if it was I think the game, people might look at it as a negative that they played on Monday. I'm looking at it as a positive, considering they didn't get battered or they didn't get beaten by Rovers. So there's not going to be that little bit of a hangover, I don't think, coming into this game. I think they'll be roared at it from the start. It's all the pressures on Bowes. There's no getting away from that. Pressures on Bowes. Waterford can just come. If Waterford stay in the division, I'll be honest now, I think Sean will probably agree with me. They won't mind losing this if they stay in the Premier Division next year, and that's the way it is. I think it's a nice little distraction for them. They're buying in form at the minute, Waterford, and it's going to be an occasion, I think. And just Mark Beard, from what I say, was shaking his head there, looking at the team sheet on Monday. Was a bit of mind games from Keith and Trev, with putting Tierney on the squad, putting Talbot in there, and then all of a sudden scribbling their names out, changing it. Was there a bit of mind games going on? It goes back to the Pats one back in the day when Paul Ozan was doubtful every single game for about 3 years. But you know, it goes on to that one where you're saying you're looking at it. Mark doesn't know, which is fantastic, I think, from Keith Long and Trevor Crowley. Now Mark doesn't know, is Talbot going to be playing? Is Georgie Kelly going to be playing? Is Tierney going to be in the squad? So he has to kind of prepare for 2 teams. And, you know, I have to say, I was looking at it and I seen it happening. I says, that's one eye on the cup. I genuinely don't think these lads were injured. I think it was one eye in the cup. And like I says, Bowles played really well on Monday. So they're going to be coming into this banging confidence. The same as Waterford. Someone has to win it. Someone has to lose it. I know it can go to a replay, but over the 2 games, it's a maximum. Someone's going to have to lose it. I think personally, if I have to give an opinion, I think it's going to be brought back on Monday night in the RSC. And I think Waterford will put your hand off for that now.
I mean, Sean, that midfield battle is going to be very interesting, isn't it? Wordsworth, Griffin, O'Keefe, I'm sure they're the 3 that will play likely for Waterford. Then Devoy, Tierney, I think will play, and Buckley. That's going to be a battle in midfield, isn't it? It's going to be an interesting one. Wordsworth is kind of like Keith Buckley, and the other 2 boys are similar-ish, like, you know what I mean, to Devoy and Tierney. They're more attacking.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is, well, on Friday, we had him back as well. But we've 4 midfield players really that you say are good enough to start. I think for us is Shane Griffin, John Martin, Niall O'Keefe, and Anthony Wordsworth. And now we had an injury. Griff had a bad injury. He picked up against Rovers, so it sort of, I suppose, it solved the dilemma for Mark. But I think you hit the nail on the head there. Our strongest 3 in midfield will be Griffin, O'Keefe, and Wordsworth, and that'll be an interesting battle in midfield. I think, being honest, I think I'd be worried most in the midfield just because of the talent both have. And I think he hit the nail on the head there as well. There was definitely some mind games going on. Like Georgie Kelly wasn't in the team at all on Monday night. So I think...
You were seen in the square in Tallaght.
The lads were sitting on the bench, they were grand. There was no limping, no nothing about them. So I would put me life on it early that all these lads are going to play on Friday. And it's going to be a really good game, and there's no even point in me saying I'm not going to hear the result. I'll be at the Pat game. You're going to hear the result, but I have a recording already, and I'm looking forward to looking at it back.
Sean, what do you think the score is going to be? Is it going to go to a replay? Do you think Waterford can pinch it?
Well, I was looking at I think it's an interesting point that it might go to replay, because it's obviously a possibility, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it. Like, not even myself, I have considered that it could go to a replay, even though it's possible. I was looking at the 2 teams heading into it, and I think they scored like 17 goals between them in the past 5 games, so I think we'll see plenty of goals anyway. I'm obviously biased. I'd really love to see us win. But I think it's fair to say we're slight underdogs going into this game.
Oh, he's playing that card, Keno.
Yeah.
There's no question. All the pressure's on Bowles. Yeah. And not only that, like you're looking at the amount of years he's there and how everyone in the League of Ireland commends them, how well they're doing, and how they're always the nearly men. Bowles are always the nearly men the last couple of years. You know, that they're always getting. They've been doing fantastic work without winning anything. Now this is Bowles' opportunity now to get to a final. Whatever happens in the final happens in the final.
There's a sense as well amongst some Bowles fans almost that they have to win the FAI Cup as well, whereas Waterford haven't got that. They have to win the FAI Cup, you know?
Exactly, and I think that's where the pressure's coming from. And, you know, like I said, for the nerdy men, this is their chance. But if they can get to a final, they can get to a final, and they can lose it fair enough. But I think everyone just wants that day out. Now, you're in the semi-final. You're after getting a fantastic cup run out. And in fairness, I think Waterford probably had the hardest run out of everyone. So, you know, they've done really well to get here. And it's no harder again, the semi-finals. So, you know, I think it's going to be a really good game. Like I said, I think Bowles, when they're in daily mount and when they have to win, they more than likely do. You know, they always just dig deep and get that result that follows. But in recent games, since Mark has come in, so have Waterford. When they have to win, they win. When they have to perform, they perform. And so this is both teams. I'm delighted this game is on telly. Because there's going to be more people in Richmond. That's why I'm putting it. There's going to be more fans allowed in. And there's not going to be enough. I think there's 3,500.
3,500, yeah.
Is allowed. So I'm delighted that they're showing this game, that more people to watch it, because Richmond is going to hold 5,500. And, you know, you can get whoever wants to see the game will go to it. And it'd be better that way to show the game with a smaller capacity. I think for telly, personally, the Pats and Dundalk game will probably be the best one to show in terms of probably the atmosphere, in terms of the four corners of the ground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's no getting away from it. Waterford fans are going to come there in numbers. I've no question about it. The Jody is going to be jammed. I just don't know where the chants are going to come from in the Jody, which section. But, you know, it's going to be a great occasion. And, you know, this is a big chance for Bows to stop being that nearly men, to stop being the team that just misses out and the typical Bows. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, because that's the way they have been. But, you know, you're looking at Waterford now, and can they upset the apple tart a little bit and, you know, get themselves into the Aviva?
I fancy Waterford, if I'm honest, to pinch it. I think there's less mistakes in their backline, certainly in recent weeks as well. And for that reason, I think if they both play to their best, I think for that reason, I see Waterford being a bit more solid. So for that reason, I'm going for Waterford. Sean hasn't given a prediction, so I'm going to squeeze it out of him.
Yeah, well, I have to go for Waterford. I can't bet against my own team.
St. Patrick's Athletic will move on, play Dundalk obviously at Richmond Park, and obviously Pats won the cup last in 2014. It's the last time they were in a cup final. Dundalk are the holders. Some people forget that Dundalk are the holders. Vastly experienced at this obviously level at this stage, etc. You know, they've been in form. So Pats have been up and down a little bit, you could argue as well. But again, there's going to be a fantastic atmosphere at this match, and I can see Keane's giddy there, so I'll let him talk away now.
Look, you know, these are the games. This is why you support your club. You know, these are the games that you look forward to. Like, I'm not being funny. I was in Derry last week, and to be honest, I would have given last week up if it just gets to the final. I guess, sorry, just get into the semi-final and just play it. The minute we drilled them, I just wanted to play it the next day. All this waiting around isn't good for anyone. But, you know, it's full capacity. Everything's back. What an occasion to be back full capacity for. You know, I don't think, I have to say, I'll commend the FAI. I think obviously there was whispers of this game being full capacity from this week, and we had to wait a month to play it. But we wait a month, and we can have full capacities for the semi-finals. And like I said, it's a shame we're both the same night. But in fairness, you're looking at the amount of games the teams have to play over the next couple of weeks, and you can understand why they're on the same night. You know, with games Monday, Friday, Monday again.
So it's disappointing it had to come to that, I suppose, is more to the point.
Exactly. Exactly. But I think next year, I think that's all sorted in terms of who's playing who, and with the international breaks and all. So I think we'll be able to come away from this year, and we won't have to deal with it again. But, you know, I think Dundalk are bringing 500 fans, which is fantastic to see. Away fans back. They're going to be in the shed. Unfortunately, there's no roof, so the atmosphere is probably not going to be as great as it would have been in the away end. But look, I'm buzzing for this game. This is probably, I'm not going to say this is going to define Pat's season or anything like it. I think Pats have done everyone proud.
Will it define Dundalk's season, though? Yeah,
I think it'll definitely define Dundalk's season. They have to win this. Everything's on the line for Dundalk here. I'm not going to say it's not for Pats. I'm not trying to take the pressure off Pats. Pats are at home. Pats should be down out and winning this game with a bit of luck, and you know, with the way Pats can play. But Dundalk, people keep forgetting, and again, they're not getting the credit they deserve or the respect that they deserve. This team went against the odds last year, got themselves into Europe. I don't know how, but got themselves into Europe. And then they went and won the cup again against the odds, against a really good Shamrock Rovers side. So, you know, you're looking at this game now. They're one game away. And imagine if Dundalk can go and win a cup this year. Imagine the season again. It'll be deemed a great season. And, you know, they're probably going to avoid that ninth place now. So, since Vinny has come in, you know, things are, like I say it every week, I'm a huge fan of Vinny. I admire the man for what he does. And I think he absolutely loves that club. And, you know, there's no better man in charge of Dundalk. And I've said that before he was sacked the first time around. So, it's really living up to the occasion. It kind of reminds me of 2014. Pats played Dundalk, about level on points at the top of the table. Pats ended up running out 2-0 winners. Stevie O'Donnell got sent off at Dundalk that night. He probably got to get sent off again on Friday.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
But you know, it's going to be a brilliant occasion. But like I says, look, if Pats if something went wrong and we ended up going out on our feet and losing the game, you know, I think everyone in the stand will go up and clap that team off, because what they've given us this season has been nothing short of unbelievable and more than we could dream of at the start of the season. So to be second in the table, we're probably falling over the line a little bit in terms of getting second. But if someone was to offer me a cup semi-final at this minute in time, cup semi-final and second in the league, I think I'm mad. So, you know, I'll take it. Obviously, I'm going to say Pats are going to win it. I don't know what part of my body is saying that, but I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to ask any questions. And I just hope, I really do. It's more hope than anything. I just hope Pats can do it. But if we're not in our game, you know, Dundalk can easily hold us, and they have some exceptional players there that, like I says, they deserve the respect. They're not a shy team. They're not a team in limbo anymore. This is all changed. They have the full squad back. And it sounds as well, Pats have the full squad back as well. So, you know, it's both teams 99% fit going at it. And, you know, it's brilliant to see. And like I said, it's just a shame the two of these games could have been on maybe at 6 and maybe at, you know, something like that. Like something could have been arranged. But, you know, they're on the same time. There's nothing we can do about it. But, you know, I think Friday night, I'd say a lot of people probably watching this is going to go and watch the Bows and Waterford game probably on the telly. But I would advise anyone to get in and look at the Pats game as well if you can, even the next day or whatever, because, you know, this has the potential to live up to a 3-2 or something like that. But then again, it has the potential to live up to an all draw. And you could find yourself down up on Monday night in Oriel Park under the cosh. But, you know, I'm going to go Pats to win. I think it's an occasion that the players deserve. It's an occasion that Steve for what he's done. If anyone goes back a year, I'm doing this over the year with you, Keith. I have backed Stevie every game, no matter what the result. Even last year when we got knocked out in the cup and everything, I commend him. I stand by him, and I could see what he's trying to do. So I think we get a big crowd on Richmond Park. If you're not down to a game, you're in and around Dublin area, get down and watch it. There's still tickets available. I think the only reason I'm saying that is because I know the Bows game sold out.
Yeah.
So, you know, get your ass down to Richmond. You can always watch the Bows game afterwards because, you know, you're going to have a fantastic game ahead of you. So that would be me. I'm going to go for Pats. And don't even ask me any more questions.
Sean, we'll go on to Sean. So obviously a lot of people would point to the fact that Dundalk, this is made for Dundalk because they're used to this occasion, semi-finals, finals, Europe, winning leagues. This is new to this particular Pats team, to be fair. Do you think that holds value on the night yourself?
Well, to be honest, I'd worry for Pats a bit just because of how much this means to Dundalk. Not necessarily that they're made for it or anything, but rather this is made for them. Because, you know, you look at it, they're probably not going to qualify for Europe. Like, they need 3 or 4 teams above them to collapse in order to get into Europe through the league. So this is their last chance. And, you know, if they lose this, neither Bows nor Waterford are in the top 3. So if they got to the final, that would put them into Europe. So 4th place would be any good to you. So this is, you know, this is a really big occasion for Dundalk. The flip side of that is, you know, the pressure could be too much for them. You know, maybe if something goes wrong in the first 10 minutes, they never get going. And especially on farm, I've been desperate. I wanted Dundalk to lose every game, because it meant we have a better chance of staying up. But they keep winning, and especially against Rovers, it gave me a headache. It was
that's typical Dundalk, though. No matter what they're doing, they're capable of beating the Rovers as well. Yeah,
it's typical Dundalk. Yeah. I think home advantage for Pats. It's I've been to Richmond before. I think it's when the fans get behind the team. It's one of the most hostile atmospheres for an away team to go into. It'll be. I tell you what. I want to look at Farm a bit, but I think Farm goes out the window for games like this. I think the point with Stephen O'Donnell as well. At the start of the season, I would have said he would have been one of the favourites to get sacked, but he's proven me wrong. They've been very good this season and consistently good as well. I think they've hit a bit of a dip at this point in the season, but as I said, Farm goes out the window for games. It's going to be a massive occasion. I am going to pick Dundalk to win it, but I would like to see Pats win it.
Yeah, well, the diplomatic answer. I think, though, as well, you made a good point there. I think home and away, arguably, to a lot of people, makes more sense in this game because Pat's home record is miles better than their away record. Dundalk, a lot of their good results recently have been at Oriel Park as well. But I don't know. I'm just going with my sense here. I have a feeling it'll be a draw tonight or Friday night, and I have a weird feeling that Pats will go to Dundalk and get through. I don't know why. I'm making it hard for Keane. It'll go to penalties. No, I have a weird feeling that it'll be a draw on the night and Pats will go to Dundalk and win because, Pats will be underdogs in the replay in particular, I think. And it might suit them better. Keane's shaking his head. He's not happy with that. Keane doesn't want the heart attack moments. I think that's what's wrong with Keane, isn't it?
I know where you're coming from. I can see that.
But yeah.
But I think if Pats play the way they have been playing, especially against
home, yeah. Well,
if Pats play the way they played against Derry away last week, we'll have that game won by half time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been honest, I know, and that's not me being cocky. The Derry game, they understand what I'm talking about. I think we were unbelievable in that game. Some of the best football I've seen. And, I think it's gone. I know we lost the game, but I think the belief is there, and I've no doubt this is going to be some occasion. And it's one that I probably could only have dreamed of about. Even a month ago, I didn't expect full capacities. I didn't expect, to be honest with you, at the start of the season, I didn't expect fans to be back in at all this season. I thought this season was going to be a write-off. So, to get in, I'm just buzzing for I really am. You're not to get me excited now.
Look, fair play to you for coming on, anyway. Thanks again, and best of luck and safe travels to Daily Mount, all right?
Yeah, all right. Sound lad.
Thanks. Like the video, subscribe, and hit your bell notification button, and thanks for watching, guys. Okay. Olé, 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 olé.